Okay.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Okay, sure. Sounds good. So, hi guys. If you watch this later and you're going for Ruby, I hope that you take away a couple tips for sure. So, it's really nice to be doing this with Rebecca. I know Rebecca's going for some big promotions this month too, which is awesome. Oh, I keep hearing banging. If I get distracted, it's my kid. Anyways, yeah. So, this will be one of those Zooms, but that's what you're, still on those crazy Zooms. So you know what? One of the things that I wanted to go over with Ruby, and I talked a little bit about this last night, was having that chart printed out and ready to go. And if you don't know how to do that, it's so simple. Just log in to your eSuite and click on Documents, and then just type in Chart. And you can, charting, emerald, ruby, diamond, all of those will come up and print off your chart. And if you're really lost, message your upline. I mean, they want you to go Ruby. They want to know that you want to go Ruby. Like, everyone's just gonna cheer you on. You guys are on such a good team. Everybody wants everyone to win. So if you were to go to your upline and say, hey, I wanna go Ruby, I wanna print off my chart, like, they would absolutely help you with that too. And so then the next thing I did was, I feel like I kind of did everything at once. Like, when you're going for Ruby, sometimes your ignorance on fire. You're just going and you're trying everything and you're figuring out what works. And that's the absolute biggest thing I want to say to you guys, is just figure out what works for you. Take this month of March and just go try everything. Be okay with failing at some, because you might try 3 things, or 3 certain messages, or 3 certain follow-ups, whatever. You might try 3 things and 3 of them don't work, but the 4th one you have a major breakthrough. You're at that point in your business where you're still mastering your style, you're still mastering your posting, you're still gonna pop on Zooms that blow your mind and watch a YouTube that changes your business. You're in that phase where you just need to earn as you learn. Don't sit there and think, okay, well, I don't know everything, so I'll just go Ruby in April. No, just go for it right now. We still have, I think we still have more days, or the same amount of days left in March that we did even for the whole month of February. Like, it's just March is just brand new. Anyway, so one of the things that I did was I printed off my chart, and you know what? Even if your upline has your chart, write it out for yourself. Write those people's names on there. Write it out for you, because I gotta just check one thing. Sorry. Because you filling out your chart and you writing those names on there is so different than, I just want to make sure I put this. It's so different than your upline doing it for you. It's like taking ownership of your chart, which I think is just absolutely huge. So the next thing that I did was I started growing my market. I started sending friend requests. So you're going to hear that over and over and over and over, but it's so vitally important to take at least 10 minutes a day, like 10 minutes, and just send friend requests. Even if you only get to send out 50 a day, you know what? It's better to send out small amounts, but be consistent, because it adds up so fast. So in 10 days, that's still 500 requests sent. And you might have more than 10 minutes a day. I don't know who I'm talking to on here, whether you're really busy or not, but you know what? You can fit it in. Absolutely. So grow your market. Do somebody have a question? Okay, sorry, I thought I heard something. So grow your market every single day. You know what? Some of the people you add, they're gonna join you when you want to go diamond. They're gonna watch you for a little while when you want to go diamond and you're just really needing one more distributor. That's when they're gonna sign up. But then there's gonna be other people who you're gonna friend them today, and on Wednesday they might be interested in a product. Like, you don't know where the person that you're friending is at in their own journey, what they're looking for. And so then friending, but the next thing I did was posting, and I really wanted to get into the posting. Usually, here, take this and go. Where should I put the TV? Okay. So probably my kid with a TV remote. But with posting, you know what? It's posting little things that will get people curious on your journey. So it's like, there's some people who start up and they wait to post. I think that you're wasting so much time when you wait, like when you just get going and you just get posting. And so I like to talk about the things I did right when I was going for Ruby. One of the things I did was I shared all of my excitement, and I didn't care if it seemed almost repetitive. Like, I remember this one time, I didn't get a huge check, but it paid for a tank of gas and it paid for some groceries, and I did just such a genuine post about it. Guys, even if it's $70, you can still put in gas and get some groceries. Like, just Absolutely. I absolutely celebrated every single little win. And if someone I knew got a promotion, I was like, oh my gosh, this girl just got this promotion. This is the promotion I'm also running for. Stuff like that is huge. It doesn't have to be your promotion. Even as an ambassador, I still post that stuff. I'm like, this girl got this promotion and this girl and this girl. And you know why you do it? One, it shows you're excited. Excitement draws people in. It always will. People want to be part of something that's exciting, that's fun. But also, it's not just that. You're showing people how many different types of people are succeeding at this business, because a picture says 1,000 words. You post different pictures of these different people promoting. They're like, oh, that one, she looks like she's a mom. Oh, that one, she looks like she's, maybe closer to being a grandma. Or that one, in that picture, she's got her nurse uniform on. Like, posting these different pictures, you're opening up your business to so many people, So posting your excitement, and like what that looks like is you actually just saying, oh my gosh, I'm going Ruby this month. I'm going to start making $600 a month from home, or $500 a month from home. Like, this is just blowing my mind. I didn't even think you could make money from home. Like, literally that, what I just said, like, type that and put that up, stuff like that. People will start to become curious. And of course, you guys already know to post about the products. But the other thing about the products that I'd really suggest doing is go live. If you're going for Ruby, push yourself. You don't actually hit walls. You hit the end of comfort zones. When you feel stuck, it's not a wall, it's the end of your comfort zone. So push yourself. Push yourself to do a live. And a lot of times when someone's newer, they say, well, I don't know what to say about the products. I don't know that much about them. You know what? It's so simple. You can actually just go on documents, and you can go to like hair, skin, nails, and write down like 3 sentences about hair, skin, nails that sounds kind of technical. And then, or it sounds kind of like fancy, and then go live on your wall and mention like, oh my gosh, I love the hair, skin, nails. They really work for these reasons. And you can mention the ones you researched, and then even just go on to explain how it works in your own words. People, when they actually see us talk live about our products, it's like it clicks for them even more than in a private message. Like, I can post a post about the triple threat, and people notice, and I send them messages about the triple threat, but then I seal the deal at the end of the day by going live about the triple threat. So now they've been thinking about it, they see my post, but the live just makes it all make sense. So that's my posting. I would encourage you. A lot of you are doing a really great job at posting already. I know Jen, I just saw Jen Carlson's on here. Like, your posts are so good. And I'm going to have to create Jessica and Joanne. I'm sure your posts are amazing. But you know what? Celebrate every little win even more, especially if you're trying to find distributors. And then the last thing I'll just mention real quick, and I'll let Rebecca take it away, is messaging. You know what? Don't be afraid to reach out and ask. What's your deal? Here, do you want this? I was going to bribe my kid for a second. Goes to bed in like 15 minutes. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask, because you know what? This is a really good opportunity financially. This is a really good opportunity for business and for products. So if you don't ask someone, I always just think you're actually holding that back from someone who could be looking for a health supplement that's plant-based, or they could be, trying to sleep at night and they can't because they know that their hydro is $300 and they can't afford it. Like, you have something that honestly helped me when I just really, money was really tight for Drew and I. When he was in the military and we moved to Victoria, money was so tight. I'm just gonna finish my Zoom in the bathroom. This is so horrible. But you know what I mean? And so you have this opportunity that could just change people's lives. And just offer it to them. And I'm going to send some message ideas, but Sammy, you guys have so many in your group, but I can still send some of the ones I've been using for distributors lately and customers that have been working really good. And I'll give them to you. You can just post them in the team page. That works for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for jumping on, April.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yes. Oh, sorry, my dog is being a terrorist. Yeah, thank you so much. And Rebecca is going for her Emerald bonus, and she is going to give some of her tips that she used to go Ruby.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I watched this motivational movie right before this Zoom, and it just got me so excited and just pumped up, and I'm just ready to go sign a whole bunch of people right now. Okay. So anyway, I did want to share a little bit about my story at first, just because it kind of ties into really what helped me get distributors and stuff like that. So the main reason that I signed up is because, I had just had my daughter, and she was just a couple months old, and I was actually living in my dad's basement with my husband, and we were like so broke we couldn't even buy her formula. Like I had to switch her off onto formula, and I was just so broke I couldn't even afford that. And both my husband and I were both working jobs. So it was just crazy. And I had my upline come to me, and finally I signed up. And that was kind of the talking point that I had that I used to post about for distributors and stuff like that. Like I really just shared, you know what, this company is amazing. So like what April was saying, like, oh my gosh, my company just helped me pay for my gas. Like I said, oh my gosh, this company just paid for my daughter's formula. And that little stuff right there, it's just so amazing. Like all of the moms on my page that I didn't even know about because I was a new mom myself, they just like came to me and they were like, oh my goodness, like I need extra money too. You know, I'm a stay-at-home mom and stuff like that. So really pulling stuff from your own personal life and just saying, you know, this little thing that I got to buy, or I got to pay off my credit card from Christmas or something like that. Those things are amazing to post about, and that really helps draw people in because it's real life experiences and stuff like that. So that would be probably my number one tip when going to like get all your distributors. And then again, messaging as well, because messaging and like all of that stuff is going to happen in your messenger when you're talking to them, explaining the business and whatnot. So definitely share your story and what the company is doing for you. And then I wrote down a few things. Okay, so a few of my best tips, probably when I was going for Ruby, I really just stalked so many leaders' pages, and I was like, oh my gosh, my page just looks like a poster board right now, and you don't even see my face on there at all. So I went and like looked for all of the top leaders. I looked at their pages, and I tried to just play copycat with them. Like throughout, like each day, I just played copycat with a new person, and like I either like took their post and made it personal towards me, or like I just kind of like got a similar picture off of Pinterest and like put an inspirational quote or whatever. But I definitely just made my whole profile really pretty, really bright. Bright is very, very attractive. And as soon as I did that, I started getting like a whole lot more followers. I had people commenting and stuff because I put up a lot of interactive posts. And I noticed the people that were commenting on my interactive posts were the people who were answering me in the messenger, because like I actually started having conversations with them on my Facebook page. And so I tended to get a lot more feedback in my messengers when I sent out cold messages and stuff like that. Another huge thing that I actually did, I've kind of just done this from the very beginning, and I noticed not a lot of people do this, but I definitely feel like it helps a lot when you're sending out cold messages. I go into my messenger, I'll like probably message my alphabet, and then I'll click on their little name at the top of the, like in Messenger, I'll click on the little name, and then it brings you to their profile. And I just scroll through their profile to make sure like we speak the same language, because a lot of times I'll friend people and we don't even speak the same language. So definitely make sure that's one. And then I really try to comment on something on their profile. Even if it's like a shared video, I try to like and comment on it, because then it kind of strikes up a conversation. They see me on Facebook first, because not a lot of people check their messenger. And then as soon as I send the cold message after, they tend to respond a lot better too. And like, we actually have something to talk about, and it just like picks up into our conversation while I'm talking about products and stuff like that. So that's always been helpful for me. I always do that. And I notice I just get a lot more feedback that way as well. Sorry, I'm running out of breath. I feel like I'm on a high right now. Okay, so another thing that happened to me actually when I was like, I went Ruby, and then I also helped my husband get to Ruby as well. And so one thing that happened when I was doing that is I had to throw out every excuse, guys. Like I had to throw out every excuse that I had. I had my daughter who was just going rampage on my house and stuff. And you know what, like I had to pick my battles with that. I was like, you know what, if you're going to eat pizza for dinner, then that's okay. You can do that every night this week. Or just like pulling stuff out of my cabinets and stuff. I just had to really pick my battles with that. And then throwing out the excuses. One of my biggest excuses was my eSuite actually shut down the month I was going Ruby, the last 2 weeks before we got him to Ruby. So whenever I had to get like distributors, or whenever I had customers and stuff, I literally had to get on the phone every single time to be able to move those customers around and stuff. And so I was like at my family's house and we were having like a family dinner, and I just like walked outside really quick. I was like, I'll be right back, guys. I just have to do this really quick. I called into it works the corporate office, and I just like did everything on my account that way. So don't let anything hold you back. Like any inconvenience, you can still do it. Like I promise you, there is a way around it. You guys can get it done. I promise. Let me see, what else do I have? Oh yes, I created a very bad habit in the beginning, and it actually took me a long time to break it. This is tying into the excuses thing. I had my excuse of like, oh my gosh, like I have to do this with my daughter really quick. I'll just answer that message in a little while. When I started doing that, I started noticing my messages would build up and build up and build up in my messenger, and I wouldn't actually get back with my customers for like a day. And I felt so terrible because one, I was losing business, because if you tend to take like a day or two to respond back to people, they're probably not going to want to continue that conversation with you because you're the one who messaged them in the first place. So I actually lost a ton of business because I was not messaging them back right away. And if we want them to be our customers, like we have to take good care of them. We have to be giving them all of our time. I mean, we're kind of like, obviously we have to take care of ourselves too, but you know, at least send them like a courtesy message, like, oh my gosh, I'll message you back in like 10 minutes or something like that. But definitely take care of your customers or your potential customers as well, because they are what's just going to help you grow. And you definitely just want to make sure that you are giving them the correct amount of time and attention. So especially if you're working jobs and stuff like that, just let them know the hours that you are free and the hours that you can get back to them and stuff like that. Because in the beginning, I actually was working a job, and I did have to, like, my nights were just off limit for a while. And so I had to just tell all of my people who were messaging me at that time who had gotten off work, and unfortunately I was getting on work, I had to just tell them, hey girl, like, you know, I'm going to be available tomorrow, do you mind talking then? And then, yeah, so that was a really bad habit that I got into, and I hope you guys don't ever get into those habits, or if you do have a bad habit, just break it really fast, because this Ruby, it's going to change everything for you guys. I promise you, your business will explode after this, and you will start running. You'll have that momentum. You guys are going to have a team that's going to be with you, and they're going to be working with you, and they're going to want to run and hit that. Your executive is just going to want to hit that emerald next. So definitely just keep in touch with everybody and everything like that. I fell off track a little bit there. I think I covered kind of all of my tips here and there a little bit. But I don't know, I guess there's one thing that I did hear recently. You know, this is kind of like if you're wrestling a gorilla, like you don't stop when you're tired. Like, no, you stop wrestling the gorilla when the gorilla is tired. So think of this month like you are wrestling that gorilla, and just keep going. Just keep going, even if you're tired, because it will be so worth it, guys. I promise you it will. Okay.
I absolutely love that metaphor. That is so great. I feel like we should post that in the group. Okay, so those were amazing. Thank you so much. And you're so right. It's so easy to develop bad habits, like so easy. So getting on the training videos, talking with your leaders, getting the training that you need is 100% huge. My dog is ridiculous. Okay, so there you go. I was going to say, I was going to go over charting with you guys super quick. Okay, take it and go. Take it and go. Yeah, there you go. Another thing that I really love that Rebecca was saying is that so many people have a misconception about it works, and you'll hear this everywhere. You'll hear it when you're talking to potentials, is that people think they have to spend a lot of money to get to Ruby, to be in this business. Every month you have to spend a whole bunch of money you don't have. If you don't have the money to spend, don't spend it. I didn't start making auto shipments until I was I think I was Emerald, and then I made my first auto shipment. I worked really hard for my product credit because I really wanted all the products. You guys got the $250 kits out right now. Like, it's just, there's so much free product to go out. You don't really need to spend money unless you have the money to spend, of course. And that's a huge thing that you need to reassure your potential distributors, because so many people think that we're going to charge them a bunch of money that they don't want to come out to run their businesses. They just want to make money. The other thing was, once you know how to build a Ruby, this is going to blow your mind, guys. Once you know how to build a Ruby, you know how to build an ambassador. April, I don't know if you know the exact number again. I think it's like, I want to say it's like 54 rubies. So you're
6 rubies and an ambassador.
Yes. Okay. So once you know how to build your own Ruby, you know how to build an emerald. Emerald is 2 rubies under you. If you know how to build a Ruby, you know how to build a diamond. It's 3 rubies. It's not that once you built that first Ruby, you legitimately learned how to be successful in this business. You know how to get to the top. It's just build more rubies, build more rubies. Of course, they go in certain spots, but you know how to build to an ambassador. So that is huge. This is such a huge promotion. This is where you see the biggest pay raise. Plus, if you look at your, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over the Ruby chart super quick. Get a puppy, they said. It'd be so easy to have. Okay. So here's your Ruby chart. It has 5 boxes in it. It is not that big. Don't get intimidated by it. Look at it as $600 sitting in your lap. So say you're sitting there right now, you have your 100s list out, you have your potential distributors, you have people on your dream team list, you have people that you know could use the money, you just need to get out there and talk to them. So you personally sponsor, I'm not a creative person. Let's do, I want this work now. Come on, dude. Why? Oh, here we go. So you personally sponsor April. And then you got Rebecca. And then you got Joe. Because Joe needs some money. So Joe is like, let's do this business together. So you get April, Rebecca, and Joe, and you personally sponsor them. One thing that I feel like I don't talk about enough is fast start bonuses, guys. Fast start bonuses are $100 in groceries that you could earn every single week. You sponsor one person a week, that's $400 a month. And that's $800 in 2 months. Oh my God, my dog's attacking me. Go away. Okay, here's Teddy Bear. So you personally sponsor April in the business. You personally sponsor Rebecca and Joe, and then you teach Joe, Rebecca, and April how to get their first 4 customers. So April gets her 4 customers. Rebecca gets it. Joe gets it. You get $100, $100, $100. That's $300, guys. And then April gets super into the business. She's super excited, and she decides to enroll Joanne. And then she sponsors Jessica. There's your Ruby chart, guys. So April's working for her own Ruby chart. She wants to enroll 3 distributors to get her 3 fast start bonuses. So right off the bat, she boxes herself in for a Ruby promotion. And then you have your Rebecca and Joe. And you all earn fast start bonuses, fast start bonuses, fast start bonuses. You can earn unlimited bonuses. Unlimited. If you sponsored 10 people this month, that's $1,000 in just weekly bonuses that you're going to get paid out. And it's just such huge money. So write the names in that you think you have on your potentials list. Use your 100s list as your dream team list. What I did when I was going for Ruby is I wrote the names in before I had them. And then I followed up. I got excited. I created urgency. I messaged. I was like, let's do this. It's payday. Let's do this. It's whatever day, but you got money. Everybody's getting taxes back. It's crazy. Go to them. Make sure you're talking to them. I've had it happen where, somebody has a few It Works distributors on their list, and then they're really, really so close to joining with me, and then I don't follow up because I'm like, I don't want to annoy them, but somebody else did. and then somebody else got that person on their team, and then I'm like, no, I should have followed up more. So fast start bonuses are huge. If you needed $100 right now, sign a distributor, bring them in, teach them how to be successful. And this is it. This is your Ruby chart. It's 5 people. So if you have somebody that's on your chart and they're just such a rock star and they bring in 2 people, you just filled out your Ruby. The part that confuses a lot of people is the 400 GV. Don't get too hung up on it. The biggest thing is help everybody get their first 4 customers. Once all these people have their first 4 customers, look at their GV from there and see what needs to happen. But if Joe signed 4 triple threats in the Fat Fighters, he's already at 400 group volume. So he's already done. And so you can help Rebecca, or you can help April with Joanne, or help April with Jessica, and help them get their 4 customers. So don't get too hung up on seeing that 400 GV. Get the names in there. Once you have your names inside your boxes, you have a full working team. You guys all have the same goal. You all want to earn your fast starts. You all want to start making really good money. Once you hit 400 GV, that's about $100 commissions check-ish, right? Yeah. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure 400 volume is about $100 commissions check, and that's huge for a lot of people. And then they get their product credit, and then it's a huge milestone. So right now, when you're looking at Ruby right now and you're thinking, what do I need to do to get Ruby? Get those boxes filled. Make sure you have your 4 loyal customers. You've earned your product credit, but make sure those boxes get filled. And then start teaching those people how you got your first 4 customers. There are loads and loads of training on how to sign loyal customers. We have message ideas coming out ends. And we have your leaders, we're posting the statuses that are working. Make sure your walls aren't spammy. That's the biggest thing. I'm so not about teaching our newbies to be like, it works, it works, it works. I want them to be like, hey, this is me playing with my kids. Hey, this is me with this goal to spend more time with my kids. Who wants to make money with me? It wasn't like, it works, it works, it works. It was, hey, this is who I am. This is my goal. Who wants to work with me? The other thing I wanted to talk about was, setting small goals for yourself, small attainable goals for yourself, but every single day. If you set a goal to sign or to send out 50 messages a day, that's huge. You're going to get in touch with so many people. So if you do 50 messages and then 50 friend requests, you're growing your network. You're talking to new people. You're putting out 3 to 5 posts a day. Your wall is attractive. It's fun. You're going to bring those people in. Be excited. Don't post negative stuff on your wall. Please don't do that. That is such a business killer when you're posting really controversial, intense stuff, because then you're going to cut some people out of your network that could have been your next rock star. Talked about faster bonuses, and staying in touch with your loyal customers is so big. I just started this new index card system, and it's amazing. Tomorrow I've already got in touch with anybody that has an auto shipment for the 5th, and just being able to get out there, make sure they're happy, make sure they're not, not seeing the results that they want. They're not, they haven't even started, so they don't really need it tomorrow. They could wait till the 25th. So getting in touch, making sure your customers are happy is huge. Plus, when you get in touch with them, you never know. Maybe they also want to add a box of wraps to their order, but you never got in touch with them, and then they never order the wraps. So getting that upsell is huge, because that's a huge loyal. What was the other thing?
Yes, Sammy. So touching on that, what you did, so you've got the card system. Last night I went into my calendar because I was on April's Zoom last night, and I guess her name is Alyssa, I think. She puts all of it in her calendar, and so it reminds her. She set it to remind her 2 days before the person's auto ship comes out. And because I'm not a paper and pen person, I'm not a paper and pen person, so it's so handy having it hooked up to my computer and my phone. So that's what I did. And then one other thing I wanted to share, I don't know if everybody saw my post a while back, but something else I did for follow-ups, that's been super helpful. If you guys know that you can message yourself on Messenger, you just copy the person's link, and I have my hundreds list all right here, and it just takes me directly to their Facebook profile. Yeah, and then I even write down like specific things. So like say if I need to, like they wanted weight loss or something like that, I know like for a wrap deal or something like that, I can just write weight loss under it, and I can click right on their profile and it'll take me right there. So that's my hundreds list now.
Okay, that I've never heard of. That is genius, Rebecca. Absolute genius.
I can bump the post, but I showed you guys like how to copy their Facebook link, and then you just message it to them. But I can bump it for you guys later or repost
That'd be amazing.
it.
That'd be awesome because I'd love to post that in the Ruby group. Okay, so I want to go over. Sorry, I'm getting so many messages back right now, and it's like, do you ever get like anxiety because they're coming in and you can't answer them right away? I'm like, ugh, I don't want to lose you. Yeah. So what we're gonna do for an incentive for the Rubies, we're gonna do. It's about a $200 prize. So it's a $200. It comes with a gift card. There's going to be product in there, and then there's going to be some like little goodies, maybe like a notepad. I haven't bought the actual little goodies yet, so I can't tell you, but it's going to be awesome. I promise. So I'm going to offer this incentive for the first person to hit first time rank Ruby, but in March. So, but what the point of the group is with the Ruby group is that I'm going to pour into you guys. So I have an executive group, so you guys might already be boxed for Ruby, and I have your executives in the executive group, and I am pouring into them. I'm training them hard. And with the Rubies, I'm going to be pouring into you guys too. You guys, I'm not going to sleep this month. I want to see so many promotions. I want to see so many people hit their ranks, hit their goals, get those fast start bonuses, get that raise in their check. I want to see you guys each be successful, and I am so determined and so focused and so excited. I was really like, I wish I could sign like 1,000 people and give one to everybody, but there's only one of me. So I decided this is the best way that I could do it, is show you exactly how I was able to do it, how Rebecca was able to do it, April, and Monique, who just jumped on. We've all hit Ruby, and then we are going above and beyond that. And the income potential here, guys, is so big. You guys are sitting on a gold mine, and Ruby is that first step. You become successful in this business when you know how to build rubies, rubies, rubies. Monique and I have built so many rubies in our career with It Works. It's insane. So I am super, super excited. So in order to get the incentive, it's first time ranked to Ruby. I'm going to record that. I'm going to post this recording in the group for everybody. We're going to share statuses, message ideas, posts. We're going to do power hours together. It's going to be a really good group, and I'm excited to connect with everybody. Thank you so much, April and Rebecca, for jumping on with me, and have a good night.